Hello, Jackson here. Today we're going to be reviewing set 75378, uh, Kelrenbeck's Escape out of the Temple. I guess it's just specifically called BARC Speeder Escape, but it comes with Kelrenbeck, who to me is a very cool uh, minifig to get. Kelrenbeck is played by Ahmed Best in the show, and he is better known as being the actual actor under the mask, I guess under the headpiece here on top, for Jar Jar Binks, and he caught a lot of flack for how much people hated Jar Jar Binks back when The Phantom Menace came out. And so getting a redemption arc for Ahmed Best in the show as a full-fledged Jedi saving Grogu, to me is very cool. I really like when Star Wars, is able to redeem some characters, and especially redeem that actor and make him a really beloved character for the show. So pretty cool build. I snagged this guy for like 20 bucks. So to me, pretty worth it. You get, let's see if I can do this right. Grogu, a Ahmed Best with double lightsabers, which is pretty sick, and then two 501st troopers. Slowly adding to my 501st clone army we're rocking with. Pretty small build, but it's really cool to get, again, an official BARC speeder. We don't always get those. Everyone sort of mock alternate builds and uses in MOCs other sets to transform into BARC speeders, so it's pretty cool to get an official BARC speeder, even though it's monstrously massive. It's obviously not to scale with the minifig, but it's got all the cool details and some pretty cool building techniques that I liked in it that I've never done, that I want to incorporate. So first off, we'll go through again. Let's see if I can do this with the focus. It's pretty hit or miss. Oh yeah. So here's the minifigs it comes with. Like I said, the child or Grogu, and then two identical 501st troopers, and then really the best character there, Ahmed Best's character, Kelrenbeck, a Jedi. Pretty cool to get his character made in Lego. Really good printing on the torso down to the leg printing and the waist printing. Like I said, dual wielding lightsabers of different colors, which is always good to have in the collection. This new cloth cape piece, which I'm always a fan of, comparatively to the other ones. And then yeah, just a pretty standard face print. No back printing, as far as I remember. Back printing, but no armor leg printing. Sorry. But yeah, sort of just a standard Jedi tunic. I'm gonna lose focus there. But really happy with the fig lineup, especially for the price of 20 bucks. Getting a pretty cool build on top of just having another cool minifig lineup, another Jedi, another copy of Grogu to throw into sets in the background, and then two more 501st troopers to add sort of to the growing army. So the little funky build in the set is just the lamppost. Yeah, it's just a little lamppost. It's, I guess, an official piece of Coruscant now. You can display as we've gotten a Coruscant build, but just a little weird. I mean, it is a nice little like Star Wars lamppost design. It'd be really easy to replicate. So if you're building these in a MOC, or you want to build a Coruscant build or something like that, Coruscant build, this would be next to no dollar amount for buying pieces to recreate this, and you can really line them up, which is something I've been toying with the idea of, just because it is an official build from Lego, so recreating it would still kind of show that you have all these official builds. So yeah, but just funny that they added this in here, especially because it's not even like they're really piece farming. This whole set is only, what, 221 pieces. This has to be 21 pieces, 15 pieces. Like, it's really nothing, so it's not like they were really needing to add a piece count to justify a price. 20 bucks, 4 figures, 3.5 figures maybe, and a pretty cool bike. So I don't know why they included that, but it's kind of funny they did. All right, the main build is going to be this BARC speeder with his sidecar for Grogu. I think the BARC speeder looks really, really good. Sorry, it's a little like washed out. I wonder if I can drop this. There we go. The main BARC speeder is obviously pretty big compared to minifig size, but I think it captures a lot of really, really cool detail. And since it's not, I don't really know what the play aspect of this set would be full on, but having a little BARC speeder you can build and display with a minifigure on it, I think is really cool. And the sidecar is not that bad. I'm relatively happy with it, especially since his little pod is removable. It makes displaying Grogu a lot easier. So yeah, you can separate these. They're just attached with like hinge pieces, so you can, I don't know, adjust it as needed. But let me separate them real quick so we can talk about each build. And let me put the respective characters in their respective seats. Yeah, so like I said, one of my favorite things about this, this cape is kind of messed up, but we'll just call that good. One of my favorite things about this set, oh, there we go, is that Grogu's little side pod, pretty easy build, angled front piece, sort of a bulky back piece, giving it that same style fin, and then his pod is this pod, they even show in the instructions, is meant to separate out of here. So you kind of get a really minimal, nice build to, yeah, see, I don't know how to make this, I don't know how to force the focus on this. There, you can see it back here. But a nice way to display Grogu, especially considering he's a little one stud, tiny character. I appreciate this. Even putting this down next to like the Mandalorian character, anybody, just adds a little more substance to it. And then, yeah, it's just a little two stud connection to make it a pretty decent sidecar. As for the BARC speeder, really good shaping. So this is actually like one of those, I don't even know what I'd call it. Back in the day, we just used them as like those backrest pieces, those angled with the bar on top. And then it's just one of these ratcheting stud connecting points pushed through, and it gives that BARC speeder engine look that they have when you see them, and it's, I feel like, pretty hard to recreate Lego wise. I think that is a really good version of it, especially just how simple that is. It's got stud shooters up front, which I think give it a bulky look up front, which is sort of, you know, BARC speeders have this chunky front engine area, slim nose down to bulky back area, and so it does help to add some of this. Whether or not that's perfectly accurate or not, it's a fun play feature. You can aim your BARC speeder and try and hit a target. So if you're doing something like that, worth it. But I think it's good. They, you know, were able to center snot nose this up, so it's got a really sloping middle nose that also caters down on either side. Like I said, the minifig will sit in it. It's pretty big. There's not like the big studding up footrests or anything that you see the clones on BARC speeders using, but gets the job done. And then this back piece is huge, nice big engines, pretty cool build. The only thing I dislike about this set right now is I built it straight up the way it's supposed to be. I usually like to do that first before I mod sets, just so I can see how they're put together, see what I like, see what I don't like. If I understand the reason why they're doing something and the limitation, then I won't go ahead and modify and change it. And there's, like, in-universe wise, sure, but the stickers are different for the top of either engine. Bugs me for some reason. Like, I want the stickers to match. I want this thing to be symmetrical, and it's just got two funky designs. I don't know. I like, honestly, if I went now, when I go back and build it, like, I would probably just slap two blank white 1x3 tiles so that it's just symmetrical. I just don't get it. I mean, and even still, like, disconnecting the BARC speeder from it, there's still these hinge points. Like, if you didn't ever want to display it with a side piece, you could take this apart and just throw in some white plates in there to cover those up. But that's really the only thing that irked me, was there's not many stickers. There's 4 stickers. I believe it was 4. One is just on top of here, just to sort of blend the brick line over. One is this front piece, which is really nice. I think that blends in well. Yeah, the mismatched top of the engine stickers get me for whatever reason. So when I modify it and rebuild it, and if I get a second one and I want to have a couple of BARC speeders, like Jedi BARC speeders flying around, I will probably opt to not do the stickers, just because I'm a little unhappy with how they look. I don't get the mismatched the non-symmetrical vibes for otherwise a set that is like known for being explicitly symmetrical, the BARC speeder. So yeah, anyways, for 20 bucks, I'm really, really happy with it. I think you get some cool figs. You get 2 501st guys, which is, you know, arguably what you normally get in a battle pack, right? 2 clones and 2 opposing forces. So I guess the opposing force in this is Order 66, Kelleran Beck Jedi and Grogu. So essentially a little battle pack with a speeder bike. Pretty easily color swappable if you wanted to go no stickers and you wanted to make some BARC speeders in blue 501st designs or any of the other legions. Really easily to replicate, I believe. But yeah, pretty happy with it. Pretty cool line of figs, and for 20 bucks, hard to beat. So that is my review of, I guess, BARC Speeder Escape. I always call it Kelleran Beck's BARC Speeder. So yeah, thanks for watching.